Mr. Richard?
Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
What's going on, brother?
Come on, man.
southwest, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be second floor. It's gonna be the first two doors, like right where you get.
By Alaska. This one or the next one, sir?
Right here, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. You have a good one, sir.
You too.
Thank you. That was a little too tight. Mr. Anthony?
Yep. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. one time they pulled me over. I was I'm coming this
Because
way.
you were across the thing like
No, I flashed the lights at the stoplight and
wow.
he pulled me over for that.
Wow.
I don't know if he knows that's an illegal stop.
Wow. I got you.
Then he told me I should carry a gun. I said, no, I don't.
Carry a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, because a little over a year ago, a Uber driver got killed on, what's that, military, Castle Hills.
Mm-hmm.
They never found who did it either.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was like a 60-year-old softball umpire. So he was beloved by the community. If it was happening to me, who gives a shit? I'm not beloved by the community, you know.
And he was like an Uber or
Yeah, he
Lyft
was
driver?
He pulled up and somebody got into a shootout and he got killed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they don't care about us, man. The company or probably the police don't either. Because I'm sure it's easy to track whoever did it. It's linked to the card.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not linked to the card, it's linked to the phone.
Yeah, there's so many ways of tracking now.
Enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Thank you. You too. I had to sneeze. The sneeze went away. Gesundheit. Car was behind me. Every move I did, that car right there. Yeah, take a left up here. So.
And conchitas. But
Miss
we
Cecilia?
eat sandwiches today. Yes. Hi, Cristobal.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Well, especially because I cooked it this morning, so it's not a big deal. Perfect. No, we can eat those today. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Okay, bye. How are you?
I'm all right, ma'am. How about yourself?
I'm good. I was calling my coworker to tell her that I got up early and made lunch, and she was calling me to tell me the same thing.
Oh, you made for them too, or what?
Yeah, I went to bed early last night. I was so tired. Do they call you Christopher? I have a nephew named
Chris. It's just Chris.
Oh, Chris. Anyway, Chris, I was so tired, and I went to sleep early, and I woke up because my bladder was about to explode. And I was like, oh my God, I slept from like 7:30 to 4 in the morning. But I feel good.
Yeah, sometimes too much sleep makes you more tired.
Yeah, so I got up, and I had pulled out some short ribs last night, but I didn't cook them because they were frozen, obviously. But they were good this morning, and I thought, you know what? I made some calabacita with some short ribs and some conchitas, and I said, oh, this is gonna be lunch. And then she called, she's like, hey girl, I made us lunch. I said, I guess you didn't get my message. She's like, no, I didn't. I said, well, we have lunch for 2 days. It just gets so expensive to eat out.
Yeah, but you don't want to eat. I don't like to be eating.
I would much
leftovers
rather
that
cook.
much. Yeah, me too, but I'm never at home long enough.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't take leftovers home because I won't eat them. So either I give them away or I work diligently to eat all my food. I don't like wasting food.
No, me neither.
So how long have you been Ubering this morning?
Little at about 4:30 maybe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, about 4:30.
Yeah, I got up early, so I had some coffee, so I'm wide awake now. Hopefully it won't catch up to me about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then I'll get off till 5:30. Do you Uber all day?
Yeah, I mostly go to Austin.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but if I would have left earlier, I probably would have went to Austin.
Oh, okay.
But I felt.
35 corridor.
Oh yeah, it's ugly on 35.
Oh yeah. It's been.
Yeah, it's the 18-wheelers that makes it worse.
Yeah. And those guys have no fear.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have no fear.
They got that big old monster truck, right?
Yeah. I just go around them. I just try my best to go
Yeah.
around.
Well, there's areas of it that you can do like 70, right? A little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
65.
but they're not supposed to be in the left lane, but they still get in
Yeah.
the left lane. They
They
can't
do.
read. They can't read no damn English.
No. And you know, I was so surprised because I'm a leasing consultant. I lease office spaces and apartments. And I was so surprised because where I'm working right now, the manager had an issue with the 18-wheelers parking like right. I mean, and it's private. I mean, it's not private property. It's, you know, public space.
Yeah, but
right?
they're not supposed to be parking just
No.
anywhere.
So she kept calling PD, and they finally showed up, and you know, they started slapping tickets on these 18-wheelers. And where I'm going with this is a lot of these guys are Indian guys.
Yeah, they don't care.
Or they don't understand.
Yeah.
So I often wonder.
They'll park right here.
Yeah.
Think it's all right.
Uh-huh.
No,
Well,
you don't
because
park.
over there they park in the middle of nowhere. And there's cows and sheep, and I've worn a lot of hats in my life. I'm just kind of coasting my way in did medical assisting for about 5 years, and I had this. He was a friend of a doctor of a friend of mine, right? The father of a doctor, very prominent cancer doctor in town, and it was his father that I would go and check up on and administer medication and whatnot. And the daughter, only daughter, she would tell me, "You got to take off your shoes." I said, "Why?" I said, "No, I'm not taking off my shoes." I said, "I have shoe covers." She said, "Well, in my country," I said, "Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is not your country. This is the United States of America, and I'm not. If you have a problem with me, you need to call the office and request someone else. But your dad doesn't want nobody else to come. He wants you to come." So, man, and the brother would be like, because it was 3 brothers and her, and they were like, "Oh, don't pay attention to her." And I said, "You know what? There's going to be a day when," and one day, Chris, I just never went back. And my boss said, "What happened?" I said, "I'm not going to tolerate that woman. You don't pay me." I said, "She's adamant about me taking off my shoes. She doesn't like the car I drive." It was so true. I was driving a Camaro, a white one, right? She told me, "Don't you think you're a little bit too old to be driving that car?" And I was like, "Beg your pardon?" I said, "I don't know about you, but I pay my taxes in this country." "Oh, wait, you don't have taxes in your country. You come here and live off the government."
Yeah, that's what they do.
Oh, my God.
We need to help our own people first.
No kidding. I'm so happy that, I don't know if you're in the military or you have any family. You have any family, but they're giving away like $150 gift cards for HEB. All you got to do is show your military ID if you have a government job or if you are a federal employee, and you get a $150 gift card to HEB. I'm so happy. And I have a couple of nephews that are in the military, but they're like, "No, we're fine." I said, "Okay." But when I saw all of that, there's going to be a lot of food drives today, and
because of the government shutdown, right?
Yeah.
Well, Donald Trump, Cheeto, he don't want to negotiate.
He's such a bozo.
Yeah.
But I was watching the news because I told you I got up early, and man, the Democrats are taking back the White House. I was so happy. I was like, yes. I was so happy.
And he's not going to want to leave, though.
Well,
it's not his choice, but...
No, I have a friend. He's an older gentleman. He's never been married. Sometimes he's too much, but we've been friends for a long time. I met him through a friend, right? He's never been married, doesn't have no kids. And sometimes he's cankerous, and I tell him, "You gotta simmer down," Anyway, and we always talk about, we tease, like the MAGA heads, right? I hope you're not one. I hope you don't stop the car and think you get off. You're like, get off. No, and he told me about this podcast. He's like, "You gotta listen to it. It talks about premonitions that people have, and they can tell you what's gonna happen, right?" So he said this guy has never been wrong, and this guy is saying that by the end of the year, things are gonna change, and there's one man, doesn't say who in this podcast, doesn't say who, that this man is like, he's gonna be ousted from wherever he's at. And I was like, wow.
Putin? Is it Putin?
And I'm like, God, I hope it's Trump. But I really genuinely think that he's not only gonna be ousted, he won't ever be able to run for president again at all.
Well,
because he wants to change the Constitution.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be able to do that.
Can't change the first 10.
No. And so anyway, but
yeah, but if he runs, Barack could run too. So who are they gonna vote for? Him or Barack?
Well, I just feel bad. Like, like I told you, I'm gonna be 61 in December. I gotta work 2 more years, and I'm out. I am not working anymore. I'm done. Give me my money. Right? And anyway, I worry about like the younger generations. I have 5 grandkids. I have 2 beautiful daughters. They're both married. corporate 17 years. I've been working since I was 14 years old.
What was your first job?
My first job was answering phones at a YMCA. You probably weren't even born yet.
Well, I'm 52, so.
Yeah, well, I'm almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I've had a few rough patches in my life, but I can say that I'm grateful.
I think everybody does.
I'm grateful. Yeah, we all have a story.
Yeah,
right?
that's what makes you a stronger person.
Yes, yes. And I think I'm very resilient. And I just keep on trucking. But I like to have fun, you know. You can't take life too serious. But, you know, sometimes when I talk to the old man, we all call him old man, and he starts to talk politics, I was like, man, don't talk to me about your friends. I don't want to talk about them, my guy, And he starts laughing. He's like, no, they're not my friends. I'm just telling you. I said, no, I don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about something else. I said, because he has like 4 cars, right? And he has 2 antique cars. He has a Corvette. I said, why don't you just will me one of your cars? I said, you're going to die soon anyway.
Oh, damn.
I think he's going to be 78 years old come the new year in February. And he has the same birthday as my ex-husband.
Uh-oh.
And I always tell him, but I mean, he's really a nice guy. He's just an older gentleman, but every now and then he has a sense of humor. I texted him last week and I said, I don't know what's going on, but somebody's emptying a barrel over here. I said, I could hear it in the back of my apartment. And then the next day he texted me, he says, well, while you were in the Wild West, my water heater was acting up. I had to call, I don't know, some plumbing company. And then I looked at it again. I said, the Wild West, that's funny, you know, because he said I live in the Wild West neighborhood. I don't know where you're from, but it's rowdy over there where I live.
Kind of close to Ingram Mall. Oh, where I just picked you up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then right just on the other side of Hildebrand, the Monticello, and that's a beautiful older area neighborhood. I told him, you should buy a house over here on this side of town. A couple million. Why don't you just write him a check? I said, you need to spend your money before you leave. I said, or leave some of it to me. Give me one of your cars. He said, my brothers are in line already. And then he had a pacemaker put in last year.
Oh,
it's
man.
been a year already.
He smoked cigarettes or what?
No, but he tells me some wild story. He was in Vietnam, right? He never told me, but a friend of mine told me that. I said, how come Joe never got married? And she said, because he fell in love with this girl in Germany and she didn't want to come to the States. I said, man, she broke his heart that bad? There's all these women in this world. Anyway, he told me that he used to drink a lot of whiskey when he was in the military.
Uh-huh.
And he said way back when, he said they wouldn't throw you in jail. They would sober you up and then send you back to the barracks. Right?
Yeah.
So I think because he was never a smoker, but he used to drink a lot, he said.
Trying to drown that pain.
Yeah, and then, like, he tells me everything he used to drink, even up to, like, I think maybe 8 or 10 years ago, he used to, I don't know, I said, why you hang out with all these Oriental women? I said, wait a minute, I heard they can be pretty wild now. He said, no, they were just bartenders, and I knew them. I was like, yeah, right, whatever. Anyway, and then I look at him, I was like, man, you're a nasty old man. How old are you? And he just laughs. Because, you know, and he's got a lot of health issues. Bless his heart.
Well, the drinking will bring those health issues.
He had a pacemaker, and then he told me when he got out of the hospital, because his dog already died, but I would go over and take care of his dog and whatnot, right? At his house. And I guess it was about a month after his surgery, and he said, yeah, I had this dream, and when I woke up, my brothers, he has like 8 siblings. I think he has like 3 brothers and 5 sisters, I think. And they're all alive. None of them have died. He's like, and he said, my brothers came to see me. I said, well, that's a nice thing. that your brother, he's like, nah, I know why they were there. They were in line because they want to make sure that they're going to get one of my cars.
Yeah.
I said, but did you tell them that one of those cars already belongs to me? And he just laughs. But, yeah, I always tell him, I said, you know, you're so financially well off. I said, you went to your financial planner. She told you how much you're worth. I said, why don't you go on a cruise? Go somewhere.
Yeah, have some kind of fun before it's over.
But he doesn't do nothing. Nothing. And I'm like, and then...
You can't be sad for the rest of your life. Well, you can, but it's not.
Well, and I think he's concerned about his health. I really, really do think that, because he was supposed to go, and he has 3 Harleys, mind you. Up until like 2 years ago, he was still on his Harley. He used to go to the gym, he used to go swimming, and now he doesn't do nothing. I said, man, all you do is sit on that recliner and sleep all the time. You know, but being around old people when I was doing my job, or older seniors, they get to an age where all they do is sleep.
Yeah.
That's all he does.
They're tired all the time.
He sits down and he's sleepy.
Maybe he's smoking some weed.
I don't know. Oh, because I always tell him, look, free weed right here. You know when you drive by.
Yeah.
Slaps.
The people have the sign.
Yeah. He's like, well, I'm over 21, so I can get it anywhere. Like I said, he does have a sense of humor, but sometimes I worry because he forgets. Like, he'll be driving down the road. He's like, where are we going?
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
not...
I said, I'm going to have to put out a silver alert for you.
Yeah, you don't need a key. You don't need key. You don't need keys to a car.
But he's real, how can I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? I guess in his old age, because he's been alone most of his life, he doesn't have like a whole lot of emotions, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, he was in the war, you know, he did a lot of stuff, so I don't know, but yeah, and because some of my friends are like, and Perales, how's he doing? I was like, girl, he's a cankerous like he always is, because I see him like maybe 2 or 3 times a month, and I think it's because he gets lonely, and you know, he's like, hey, you want to go get a bite to eat? And I was like, yeah, let's go get some menudo. Yeah, let's go get some ribs or something, right? Because he likes to eat. So when he does, we'll go out to eat, and you know, I'll make him laugh. And so I tell my friends, I said, I think he's just lonely, you know. He has a house with a pool, and he's always saying, oh yeah, I was working on the pool lights, and I'm like, why? You should invite like a whole lot of girls over there to your pool.
Those Chinese girls.
Right? But yeah, he has like 4 or 5 cars, and everything he buys.
Life gets lonely when you don't have nobody.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be poor and happy and funny than rich and lonely, and you know, because he's got everything he owns is paid for. His house, his cars. You know, he gets like $4,000 a month from the government, and I'm like, man, I'd be all over the place. I'd be taking a cruise, and then like 2 months ago, he says, I think I'm gonna get a passport. Because mine already expired. I said, for what? Where are you go? I said, you gonna go to another country and die, and then what? I was like, why do you want it? He's like, well, my friend said we should go on a cruise. I said, but with your sleep apnea and your pacemaker, I said, you can't take that machine on a cruise. Do you know how big that dinosaur machine is? You think they're going to let you take it on the ship? He's like, well, I didn't think about that. I said, well, unless you go and have some laser surgery to clear your sinuses or something. I said, and that's going to cost you a lot of money. He's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I said, well, then you don't need a passport. And then I told him, because he has a friend that lives in Dallas. They grew up and went to school together. And she was an attorney. And I said, how come you don't hook up with that lady, Beverly? He's like, he said, no, she talks too much. I said, well, she'll keep you company. I said, she's the same age. She's as old as you are. I said, didn't you say that because they had an alumni thing, like a month ago, and what did he call it? I said
reunion.
So, yeah, but it was like, it wasn't actually a reunion. It was just like to come together to do, because they went to Holy Catholic or Central Catholic. Back then it was a boy and a girls school. Now it's all boys school.
Yeah.
Anyway, he went to that school, right? And I said, so, okay, I know you walked into this function. I said, well, there's people in wheelchairs and stuff. He's like, oh, yeah. I said, and what did y'all talk about? What do old people talk about?
The shit they forgot.
And he says, well, she kept repeating herself.
Yeah.
And I said, well, you probably sounded just like her then, because there's sometimes you repeat yourself. I said, I heard that rice story from Japan, like, I don't know how many times you told me that story already. And he's like, really? And I said, yeah. He's like, I repeat myself. I said, you sure do.
Is it always the same story? Exactly.
Yeah. And then, like, if what we're talking about right this minute, like, he'll forget in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, well,
And
that comes with age.
yeah. And sometimes I have to ask God to give me patience, because I'm like, what is he doing, you know? I said, well,
well, we all get old, or hopefully.
yeah, I know.
Hopefully.
I know. I think about that because I'm gonna be 61 next month, and I'm like, I chinga, I'm already gonna be. Bye, Chris.
Bye. Have a good one, ma'am.
Fun ride.
All right. Thank you.
I didn't. We got here quick. I like that. Thank you, Chris.
You're
Have a
welcome.
good one.
You too, ma'am. She talks a lot too. I ain't get to say shit. 62, not bad. Not bad. One on 157. 834 left. We'll clip y'all.